It's Thursday, the 28th of September. My name's Juan Brown. You're watching the Blanco Lirio channel, fresh back from another uneventful passage out to Sydney and back in the Boeing 777. And in my in basket was this air tanker drop filmed on the 23rd of September on the Anvil fire near Port Orford, Oregon. At the time, this fire was about 19,000 acres and less than 10% containment. Well, we want to take a look at this drop. It appears to me that this drop was either intentionally or unintentionally dropped way too low. It's hard to tell all the different camera angles, or from this camera angle exactly what we're looking at, but let's check it out. Unfortunately, it was filmed in vertical mode, but at least it was captured and shared. So there's your lead plane. Note the altitude of the lead plane. That's the proper height, 200 feet above the vegetation for a very large air tanker. Did you see the little puff of smoke he put out? Let's go back and look at that again. There's the smoke, and there's his altitude. You could just barely catch it over the tops of the trees. Here comes the KC-10, or DC-10. Power back. And he safely makes it out of the valley below. So he's supposed to be 200 feet above the tops of the vegetation. What we can't tell is what exactly is his target. Is he reinforcing a line on this side of these trees? So does that put him at the tops of the trees, or did he simply just get too low? A slight obscuration of smoke here. He had clear air up above. But from this angle, it looks to me that that right wing just barely clears those tree tops. And this whole drop to me just appears to be way too low. The rains have already come on to this fire. This fire is now 27% contained. There's more rain in the forecast. There's no need to take these unnecessary risks for these unnecessarily low drops. And I've seen this from these KC-10 crews in the past. Because the weather's going to change, the rain is going to come, the fire is going to go out. Keep it at the minimum altitude, 200 feet above the vegetation. The reason for the 200 feet above the vegetation is to match the higher speed of the drop speed of the DC-10 such that the retardant comes out of the aircraft and then just rains down vertically on the top of the vegetation. At 200 feet, that forward momentum of the retardant should be stopped and it should be raining down vertically. Any less than 200 feet, and you're not only endangering yourself and your crew and your aircraft, but you're going to start tearing up trees and endangering the firefighters on the ground working right next to this fire, which hopefully they should be forewarned and be out of the way of the retardant drop. But it just puts everybody at risk when these drops are made too low. And it appears to me that this drop was made too low, even though it's hard to tell from this particular camera angle. Thank you so much for your support of this channel, especially the folks over on Patreon that make this content possible. We're almost through another fire season, a relatively light fire season here on the West Coast. Let's bring everybody home safe. Thank you for your support. See you here.